is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and welcome to the Week in Review episode 78. Yes, guys, we are 2 episodes away from freaking episode 80. I cannot believe it, but yeah, we're gonna start off with Monday Night Raw, which wasn't a half bad show. More of it just like an interesting show than a bad. It was just interesting. It was weird at some times. It was interesting. Some pretty cool controversy. It wasn't too bad. I'll make sure to go over it in this video, setup style, give my opinions, tell you guys what happened. So without further ado, let's bloody do it. Starting over here, of course, we had that little game with the 24/7 championship that they keep on playing here on Monday Night Raw. Honestly, just cancel the 24/7 title already. It's just getting a little old. Backstage, R-Truth, Drew Gulak, basically, he had the 24/7 title. He won it from Truth, and then Truth won it back by the end of the night. Akira Tozawa was in a garbage can. Look at those garbage cans, by the way. Follow me on Instagram at BrettO Live WWE. You guys would have seen that I got those about a week ago from the dollar store. Yes, $2 for both of those. Can you guys believe that? But yeah, they look amazing. They are in scale with the WWE figures, which is sick. But yeah, they got to cut this crap out with the 24/7 title. I'm getting so tired of it. It's not funny. I don't know if anybody else finds it funny, but I just think, like, every time R-Truth pops up on the screen, I'm just like, oh boy. Moving over here, supposed to be an episode of the KO show, but it turned into an episode of the Firefly Funhouse. Yes, we do have our Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt making his debut here in the Week in Review setup. Looks beautiful. I'm a big fan of that figure. Minus whatever, but what anybody else thinks about it, I think it's a really good figure. But yes, the Firefly Funhouse took over the Kevin Owens show. So basically, Bray's like, "Oh, you made a bad mistake. I may be on SmackDown still and all this different stuff." It just his classic Firefly Funhouse episode. And then Kevin Owens, he's like, "You know what? If you're not gonna come to me, because Bray Wyatt was supposed to come out, and or the Fiend, whoever." And then Kevin Owens is like, "I'm gonna go find you." And then I'm like, "Oh, Kevin Owens is gonna go to the Firefly Funhouse." I'm like, "Yes," but then nope. Aleister Black. Get out of here, Aleister Black. You're an amazing wrestler. You are amazing down in NXT. But end this rivalry with Kevin Owens. I cannot stand it. It is annoying. End it, please. I don't like it. But yeah, oh my gosh. Moving over here. Interesting part of the show. It was MVP versus Mustafa Ali in a one-on-one match. The Hurt Business in the end of the match, it was near the end. Hurt Business is like, they're like, you know what? Who cares? Let's all take out Ali. Who cares if MVP wins this match or not? Let's just beat him. Let's just all beat him up. Let's leave him in a twisted heap. But nope, Retribution. The lights go out. Oh crap, Retribution. MVP's like, "Ali, hop with us, dude. We got to fight against Retribution." Then Ali mysteriously gets out of the ring, confronts T-Bar and whatever the heck Mace, I think his name is, Dominic Dijakovic and Dale Madden. That's what I know them by. And then he goes up to him like, "Oh, okay, Ali," standing up to Retribution, but then he turns around and he teams with them. What? No way. So is that in cahoots with the SmackDown hacker? I'm not really sure. I'm a little confused after that. They have a lot of explaining to do on the next Monday Night Raw. But yeah, and then they just beat up on the Hurt Business. But yeah, pretty freaking interesting. How Ali is, I guess, the leader of Retribution. That is awesome. I do like that. Moving over here. It was Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy versus Humberto Carrillo and Dominic Mysterio. In the end, Buddy Murphy reversed a move from Humberto Carrillo off the top rope, needed the face 1, 2, 3, after Seth Rollins said he didn't need him. Well, looks like you do, Seth. Later in the show, Seth Rollins is like, "I want an apology to myself," but Buddy Murphy wanted Seth Rollins to apologize to Aaliyah Mysterio. So that was pretty interesting. So basically, they came out, promo, it was basically like, who's gonna apologize to who? Buddy Murphy lost it. He's like, "You apologize." And then he grabbed a kendo stick. It ended in an all-out battle. So basically, these two guys turned on each other. It was insane. I love it. I really want to see a match. I really want to see a match between these two, Buddy Murphy versus Seth Rollins. I think it'll be freaking awesome. Buddy Murphy, please bring back these shorts. I love them. Please. They look awesome. But yeah, it ended with Seth Rollins. He was about to destroy Buddy Murphy. But then Aaliyah Mysterio came out to comfort Buddy Murphy, and then the Mysterio family came out, got rid of Aaliyah. They got her out of there. Rollins backed off. But yeah, pretty interesting, and I'm a big fan of that rivalry there. I do like that. And now it's getting even more spicy. It's going to be Buddy Murphy versus Seth Rollins in the future. That's going to be awesome. Moving over here, Asuka, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke versus, oh my gosh, who'd they face? Selena Vega, Natalya, and Lana. Probably the worst match of the night. Obviously, as you guys can see, these three reigned supreme in the end. It was actually Natalya and Lana who actually ended up getting taken out by Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler again. I didn't want to set up Nia Jax taking out Lana again by the announcer's table, but that's exactly what she did for the third week in a row. Can you guys friggin' believe that? The third week in a row, they slammed Lana through the announcer's table. I mean, I hate Lana, but dang, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, other than that, that was pretty boring. Moving over here, it was Keith Lee versus Braun Strowman in an unsanctioned match. So this match didn't really count for anything according to Adam Pearce. But yeah, basically we didn't really get a winner. Both men got counted out, but this was pretty friggin' insane. Braun Strowman, he was running, boom, right into Keith Lee. They literally knocked over the entire barricade. Not just a little corner, the entire barricade. And then they fought all the way up the stage, and they fell off the corner of the stage through a bunch of tables. So that was freaking insane. But yeah, a spear through the barricade that knocked over literally the entire side of the barricade. How insane is that? Freaking crazy. I loved that. Moving over here, I would have liked to see a winner, though, to be honest. I would have liked to see a winner. Hopefully, we could see a winner in the future. Yeah, by, like, them continuing that rivalry. But, yeah, moving over here, it was Apollo Crews and Ricochet versus Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Didn't end, like, any differently than all the matches that we've been seeing between these two. Honestly, Hurt Business need to contend for the Raw Tag titles. They're better than just, like, facing Apollo Crews and Ricochet. But, yeah, in the end, Bobby Lashley hit the full Nelson on Apollo Crews, and he tapped him out. They won. Yeah, and Ricochet, honestly, draft him to SmackDown. We never know. He could already be drafted to SmackDown because I'm filming this before SmackDown. So Ricochet needs to get drafted to SmackDown, please, and give him a singles freaking opportunity for the Intercontinental title. That would be awesome against Sami Zayn. Can you guys believe that? But otherwise, boring tag match. Couldn't care less. Moving over here, Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax for the titles. And was it for the titles? I think it was for the titles. Yeah. It was for the women's tag titles, and it ended with Shayna Baszler hitting the her Karafuda clutch, I think they call it, and then it was a boom victory tap out by Ruby Riott. It was all over from there. Kind of a boring match. Moving over here, main event of the show was Drew McIntyre and the Street Profits versus Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. The ending of this match was pretty unexpected. By me, at least. Randy Orton hit the RKO on Drew McIntyre unexpectedly. 1, 2, 3. He pinned the WWE Champion. Oh my God. Can you believe that? And yes, it was announced that it will be Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre inside of the Cell at the Cell. So that's going to be a really good match. Hopefully that's their final match that they have, because I think this is going to be the third time that they're clashing in singles action for the title. So hopefully that's going to be their final match, and Drew picks up the victory and absolutely destroys Randy Orton. That would be awesome. But yeah, otherwise that main event was okay. Honestly, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Forget what I said about 8. I'm giving Raw 7 out of 10. Moving into SmackDown, or should I say the first episode or first show of the draft. Yes, we saw Seth Rollins come to SmackDown. The Mysterios come to SmackDown. Bianca Belair come to SmackDown. Some pretty awesome picks. I'm not going to name them all. There were so many cool ones. But yeah, those were some pretty cool highlights. Seth Rollins coming to SmackDown. I think that was their biggest one. But yeah, guys, besides the drafts, we're going to get into the show, which wasn't that bad at all. So let's start over here. Starting off with the opening match, it was Big E versus Sheamus, of course, in the Falls Count Anywhere match. This match was absolutely insane. They were fighting on ringside by the announcer's desk. They fought all the way backstage, nearly into the parking lot, and then Big E and Sheamus had an exchange of sending each other through windshields of cars. Big E was in the trunk of a car at a point. This was an insane match. Freaking eggs and flour were shoved or thrown on Big E's head by Sheamus. I'm like, oh my gosh, this match is absolutely insane. But in the end, Big E ended up picking up the victory in such a grueling match by sending Sheamus into the windshield of a car. 1, 2, 3. How insane was that match? Definitely the match of the night, in my opinion. That was really cool. Moving over here, and no, I still need to talk about a Big E as we go through this video. Moving over here is Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Jey Uso just wondering what the stimulation is going to be for the Cell. So basically, for the Cell, it is going to be an I Quit match inside of the Cell. So it's very, very interesting. Roman Reigns said last week that's going to be the highest stakes of all time, and that's if that's the stipulation for the cell match, that's definitely not the highest stakes of all time. It's just an I Quit match inside of the cell. But yeah, not too bad, and I'm definitely looking forward to the match inside the cell. That should be very, very good. Moving over here is Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle versus The Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho, who were drafted to Monday Night Raw, which is very interesting. But yeah, this match wasn't too bad. It was a pretty decent tag team match. Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy had some pretty cool tag team working together maneuvers. I thought it was pretty cool. But in the end, Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle did reign supreme. They did win the match. But then Lars Sullivan, the freak, made his appearance known. He came out, he beat the living crap out of everybody minus John Morrison. He took out Matt Riddle, he took out Jeff Hardy, he took out The Miz, and he is back. I don't know where he's been. Somebody let me know down in the comments down below. I don't know if he's been in NXT because I haven't been watching NXT, but yeah, he took out everybody and he is going to be on SmackDown, I guess. Moving over here, this was very freaking interesting. So basically, Xavier Woods returned backstage after Big E's match. He's like, I'm back, baby. So yeah, it was Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and yeah, they just got handed a match against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. So that was interesting. But yeah, they did get a match against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. Not a bad match at all. In the end, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods did become the brand new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So yes, we got brand new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. But how interesting is this? Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods were drafted to Monday Night Raw and they're the SmackDown Tag Champs. And Big E was left on SmackDown. The New Day has split up. I can't freaking believe it. That's insane. Next week, we are going to see the New Day one last time. Maybe, of course, maybe not the last time. But yeah, we are going to see them one last time on SmackDown in a tag team match. So that's pretty cool that they're giving us that. But yeah, that's insane. Brand new tag champs going to Raw as the SmackDown tag champs. And then Big E staying on freaking SmackDown. I think that's insane. If I can would freaking focus. But yeah, crazy. Moving over here, Sasha Banks and Bayley, definitely the boringest part of the show. Basically, I knew this match wasn't gonna have a clear winner. I'm like, no way. These two have to fight inside the cell at the cell. So basically, in the end, Bayley intentionally disqualified herself with a chair, and I'm like, oh my gosh, exactly what I expected. Moving over here, it was the Fiend versus Kevin Owens. And this match was pretty interesting. So basically, the Fiend dominated Kevin Owens basically this entire match. In the end, he locked in the Mandible Claw. He took out Kevin Owens 1, 2, 3 on the mat, and then he went up to the ramp with Alexa Bliss and just stood there. Basically, I thought they were gonna start kissing, but no, they did not. They just stood up by the entrance stage and just looked at Kevin Owens as he was dead in the ring. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Not sure where they're going with that, Alexa Bliss and Fiend, but yeah, I guess it's pretty interesting. But yeah, guys, SmackDown wasn't too bad. In the end, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it wasn't too bad. Not a 10 because some of the stuff was boring. I thought Bayley and Sasha, Uso and Roman, that was a little boring. But everything else was fire, guys. Seriously. But yeah, guys, that was SmackDown. That was Raw setup style. Really good. Enjoyed. BrettO Live out.